Hello internet, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefi, and today we are going to be talking about the tier list for this month for May, because we have the tier list updated for Dorothy, we have the JP one, we have prydwen, we have NIKKE GG, and we don't have one until the Waifus. But if you think we should have one, leave me a comment, and we are still thinking if we should maintain one or not. But if we see like enough interest, we will make one ourselves. So that said, let's start with the JP, because actually I think they are the only ones that have not included Dorothy yet. And in fact, our JP bros still haven't added the first one, Dorothy. But in our opinion, if you want the spoiler and everyone else as a spoiler, she is the 0.5 with Rapunzel. So for tier 1, there's not many changes from last month. As you can see, Litter is still queen, Rapunzel and Dorothy are following, and then we have the rest of the girls that most of the time just heal and provide you with boosts. The only one that doesn't heal, that is still pretty good, it's N102, and it's the only SR unit in this game that you can actually use. Other than that, Milk and Miranda are still underrated by a lot of players. So if you have them and you don't have, you don't have Litter, but you have Miranda or Milk, use them. They are pretty good units that provide boosts to your team, and then you can use any of the other healers. If you don't have Noise, Pepper, or Emma, you can always go with Soda, with Cocoa, or with any of the other ones in here. Personally, with the JP tier list, there's nothing I don't agree with. Obviously, Sakura has specific cases, Ludmilla has some specific cases now for Train, but other than that, the rest are pretty much not used. Obviously, we are talking about PVE for these guys. If we move to Burst 2 units, we have Senti and Guilty, and actually they are both 0.5. I kind of agree, because Guilty, just the damage she puts out, it's stupid. It's just like Dorothy. They are units that are way too strong to not be DPSs, right? Senti will save your life all the time. And on T1, I don't agree with a lot of stuff. This is a PvE tier list. Sorry, not Senti. Sin, it's completely trash in my opinion. She doesn't deserve to be T1. There is absolutely no chance. She is a tank that will die because she doesn't have any defensive capabilities. And the moment she does her taunt, she will be just completely dead. It's not like Makima where she can stay alive by herself. So she will probably be the only one I would change. Also, I will not pull Dollar, Rupee, and Novel on the same tier list as the rest of the girls, because I believe they are above. So I will put these two on tier 0, and then I will put these three girls, Dollar, Rupee, and Novel on T0.5, and the rest could stay on T1, even though I still don't agree fully with some of the girls. I don't think Arya should be here, nor Sin. The rest are still pretty good, and I also think Viper should be a little bit above, because if you have Viper, you can use her on a lot of teams for special interception and PvE, and she will be a really good unit. Biscuits has more specific uses, so I would agree 1.5 is nice. And then Enwa should not be here, should be on the bottom, but it's fine. Other than that, I will put Makima above, and that's it for Burst 2 units. Then moving to Burst 3 units, I completely 100% agree that Scarlet should be always alone, and not because she's my waifu. So Scarlet and Modernia are always together, they are the best DPSs in the game. Snow White and Alice are pretty good, but you need high investment. That's my biggest pet peeve, right? Like, they are super good units, but if you get them as a new player, it doesn't matter, because they will not carry you as hard as a Scarlet Modernia. Other than that, we are having some changes on T1s, which is going to be the Matisse squad. Drake and Maxwell are getting more recognition and are moving up in ranks. If you have them, they are super great units. I have a highly invested Laplace, and next I'm going to be starting investing on my Drake because I really love her. If I were to change anything on the B3 units here for the JP tier list, would probably be Solene should be on the bottom, and Epinel could be on T1 perfectly with Guillotine. Other than that, I do agree with the rest, even though D is pretty good, but she's only good in specific situations. Now, that said about the JP tier list, let's compare that with prydwen. So honestly, it's more of the same. As you can see, Dorothy it's on SS, which I completely agree. She is a monster. She's putting out a lot of damage, but I am still using my Litter because, well, I've said this a lot of times, she is just way too invested. On prydwen and NIKKE GG, we will only be checking the higher tiers and not the lower ones, because they are mostly the same. That said, tier SSS for B1s is Litter, completely agree. SS on prydwen, it's Dorothy, Noise, Pepper, and Rapunzel. I'm not sure I would put Pepper on the same tier, but I agree that Noise, if you want to manual play her, she is a super solid unit. You can iframe a lot of content with her, and it's a really good waifu with the new skin. Other than that, I pretty much agree. I will maybe put both Noise and Pepper on S, but that's fine. Then if we move to Burst 2 units, in this case, they are not putting Guilty on tier SSS, which again, it's fine. I think this is pretty fair as well, but Guilty is earning little by little that SSS tier. Rupee and Dollar, like always, can stay there. One of the best Burst 2 units if you don't have Senti or you haven't liberated yet Guilty. And then from S, again, I don't agree with Sin. I just don't like her, sorry. Even though she's one of my favorite waifus, as a unit, she doesn't provide that much compared to the rest of the girls. And then moving to Burst 3 units, once again, we have the Matisse squad here chilling. I would put Laplace probably a little bit above on tier SS. And like the JP tier list, both Snow White and Alice can be SSS, but you need to highly invest in them. So they have like that special category for themselves, right? If we talk about tier S, I don't think Laplace and Power are the same. There's no way. I think Laplace is a lot better than Power Ace. And not only that, but you can keep getting copies of her, but you cannot get more copies of Power. That said, let's move into the last tier list, and we'll just check once again SSS and tier A on NIKKE GG. So starting with SS, Scarlet, Alice, Modernia, and Litter. If you see people with the red background, it's because they are units that need a lot of investment, like we were saying previously. So I completely agree that Alice could be an SS if you have her maxed out, if she is fully overloaded, skills at level 10, and also multiple copies. If not, she is not a tier SS, sadly. Then if we move to tier S, I also agree with all their picks, but I would put Rupee with Dola, so both on tier S. I am biased here, so your experience might vary. Also, Rupee provides more DPS than Dola does, but I just personally like both of them, so I cannot just put one on tier S and the other one on tier A. This is a waifu game, what can I say? Snow White is on tier S in here, Dorothy as well, the rest of the Matisse squad. And something different in this tier list if you go to tier A is that they have a D in here. Now, the problem with D, like I was saying previously, right, if we are talking about PVE, she's pretty good because she will save you in a lot of situations, but it's more of a specific use case rather than a global unit that you will be using. For a Burst 3, she doesn't provide the same damage as other units, and that's why you would use her just like Helm on specific situations. But I could agree, I would put her maybe on B, not on A, but it's hard to place her. But yeah, that's the tier list for this month. Boy, there are some changes compared to the last one. Like I was saying at the start of the video, let me know if you guys think we should have our own tier list on our website, and we probably will start making one if so, which could be easier as well to just make these videos instead of going to all the websites. We could just have ours. Now, all that said, hope the video was useful. If you want to support our content, don't forget we have a Patreon. Thanks to all our patrons for making this possible. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and see you in the next one, boys.